Will I do another season of Curvy Connection? Any trauma you go through, it's so hard to talk about, but you have to talk about it. But I was going through a lot for a hot minute. I'm just kind of over talking about it. And looking back, that in itself is like kind of traumatic. Hello you guys, welcome back to a new video. Doing something a little bit different today. We are going to mukbang / eat and do a little Q&A and just a little chit chat session and talk. So I just went to the gym and then picked up a harvest bowl from Sweet Green. This is like my favorite salad. I mean, it's like more of a bowl. It's so good. They put the almonds on the side, I guess, so they don't get soggy. But look at her in all her glory. I don't even like kale like that, but in this salad, it hits different. So I was talking about recently in a video about how I am trying to get back to like doing things that bring me joy, like choosing love over fear and just like following my heart. And like in the past, I have done, if I want to like show this, 'cause it's just so like pretty. In the past, I've done videos like this before. Where's all the goat cheese? So in the past, I've done videos like this. Just like a eat and talk with me. If you don't like chewing and talking, maybe skip this one. This is so good. I haven't had this in a while. But I used to like do videos like this sometimes where I'd sit and eat. I remember I did one and I was eating a salad and I got like destroyed. It's like, oh, fat person eating a salad. This will be worse because I just came from the gym too. Because I'm like afraid to post these kinds of things now just because you just never know like what people will say. Hi. Huh? Okay. Yar got his salad. Anyway, what was I saying? Basically how I want to get back to like doing stuff that I enjoy and like I love watching like people talk and eat, especially like if I'm eating by myself. So, you know, I hope that we can eat together and hang out. And like, I don't want me being a big person to like deter me from doing what brings me joy. And that's like filming a chatty sit down eating video with you guys after the gym, eating a salad where I'm prone to get, you know, hate on because, oh, she's lying. She doesn't like salad. She didn't go to the gym. I also asked you guys on Instagram to send in questions and we can do like a little Q&A, chit chat. So one thing lately, like I said recently in a vlog, it's like the older you get and like the busier life gets, I'm sure this happens too, like when you become a parent, it's like you kind of lose track of yourself and like what brings you joy because you just get like in the groove of the mundane, the day-to-day life, get caught in the routine. But like I like kind of hit a burnout, especially after filming Curvy Connection. And you know, Yarman said to me, he's like, what do you do that brings you joy? I'm like, I don't know. Working brings me joy. That really can't be like the only thing. You know, I like taking the dog for a walk or scrolling on TikTok. But like, it's so, you gotta find stuff for you that brings you joy. Like, what do you guys do for like relaxation and for hobbies? I was like looking up like groups in my area to like find a hobby. Like, I feel like as an adult, it's really kind of hard. I've been getting back into reading. I just like, I don't know. I do find a lot of joy in cooking new recipes. I do find a lot of joy in my job, which I know I'm like super fortunate to have that privilege, but I don't know. What else brings me joy? Besides Christmas. Can Christmas be a hobby? Let's get into some of these questions. I'm sorry in advance for all the chewing. That's what this is. Okay, so one of the most popular questions here is, will I do another season of Curvy Connection? And I hate to say it, guys, but that just has a big old question mark above it for right now. There was a lot that went into the show and a lot of just me. A lot of just me and Yar, where we're grateful and lucky to have my mom there to help us and like assist us picking up food and stuff throughout the week or helping us set up. Like, she was so helpful. I feel like I would really need a team to do another season. Like, it was so much, but like it was also very fulfilling, you know, at the same time. Like, it felt worth all of it. I genuinely enjoyed it, and I know it didn't like get the most views, but at the end of the day, I'm so proud of it. And I've been wanting to do this project for so long. Like, it's been in the back of my head for so long now. I'm just so glad that I did it, and it's something I'm proud of. At the end of the day, I will always be like, damn, like I did that at the end of the day. It was not perfect. It was not this big production, but like, I'm just proud of it. It's such a labor of love. I'm so grateful for the people I met during it, for the connections formed, friendship and beyond. And I'm so grateful of how many of you guys felt seen and represented in the plus size reality dating space. That meant so much. So much. So, you know, at the end of the day, I would love to do another season. I would need a lot more help, and it kind of just depends where our life takes us. So, unfortunately, I don't have an answer for that. Please help with gym anxiety. I've already lost 100 pounds, but so nervous to go to the gym. I love you. I love you too. Gym anxiety. Gym anxiety. I'm trying to go back mentally to back when like I had more gym anxiety when I was younger. In a way, I've kind of never had like a lot of gym anxiety, purely because I've been going to the gym since I was like 10 years old with my grandmother. And looking back, that in itself is like kind of traumatic. I am very much a victim of diet culture, this endless hamster wheel of like trying to lose weight from like being a child. And I think I've had to really, really like work to change my relationship with food in the gym. I'm not perfect by any means, but like I've been going to the gym consistently now for almost a year and a couple months. You know, I've been going consistently and using Copilot now for, yeah, almost a year. And it's the first time in my life I like go purely to like feel strong and healthy. And like I've seen my health improve in so many ways, like outside of the scale, like non-scale victories. Sorry, that I'm getting a little bit off track here with the answer to that. But I've been going to the gym for so long. I almost feel like I was kind of eased into it, but I think with gym anxiety is something that goes with like a whole blanket of life. The older I get, the more I realize no one's looking at you. No one's looking at the things that you're insecure about. Everyone is genuinely focused on themselves. The older I get, like the more people I talk to, they're like, I'm never like looking at anyone around me or judging them. Like they're worried about themselves. If in a rare occasion someone's like looking at you, doesn't matter. Like it just doesn't matter. Those people like don't matter in your life, and it says so much more about them than you. I guess I did actually have a little bit of gym anxiety when I started going last year and using Copilot, because I was like kind of worried about like doing the moves and finding the equipment, especially when you go in the beginning. So like go easy on yourself. Like again, no one's looking at you. If you're like looking around trying to find the equipment you need, or like you're worried about like doing a move wrong, it just like really doesn't matter. No one's looking at you. No one's judging you. I will say it helps a lot to have a program like me using Copilot, because like I can see how they do the moves. You know, my trainer Leslie tracks it on my watch and can like tell me like go higher, go lower, which is really cool. That helps a lot. That gave me a bit more confidence. So it might help to have like some sort of program or video to watch, so you like know what you want to do, but start slow. Go in, kind of assess the situation, find where the weights are or the machines you want to do, and just remember that like it's highly unlikely that anyone is looking at you. I'm assuming that's what the anxiety is about. That was what it was for me. Like it's kind of like, I don't know where the equipment is, or I hope people don't judge me because I'm doing this move wrong. So it's kind of, you know, you'll get more comfortable with time, and sometimes you have to just go through the uncomfortable stuff to like get to the other side, and then it's like just totally worth it. A few questions regarding TTC and saying like your 1 year of trying is coming up. Are you going to be looking into treatments? There's a lot more to that stuff that I'm just like not ready to talk about. That's why I just haven't been talking about it, and I'm not really planning to for now. What was it like being an only child? My partner and I are pretty sure we only want one kid. So it's funny because I feel like being an only child is like kind of, there's a lot of stigma attached to it. Bruno is gnawing on his bone over there. If you could just hear like crunching in the background. These bites are so big, but I like a little bit of everything in each bite. And there's so many layers to this, so don't mind my big ass bites. Ooh. Being an only child wasn't like how it's portrayed in, you know, the media of like being like spoiled brat, or you know how you can like have only child syndrome. I don't know if my case was different because I grew up with like just my mother, and that's what kind of led us to be, you know, best friends. I do think being an only child, like you're a bit more prone to be like super close with your parents, and I think it helped a lot because I had cousins I was close to. I was close to like my grandparents. I had like kind of external family that I saw quite often. I never felt lonely though. My mom never, like when I was young, I didn't wish I had siblings. I had never even thought about it. But then when I was older, I wished I had siblings. And this is just me being totally honest. Like that was just my own experience. When I got older, I kind of wished I had like, you know, someone like a built-in bestie, you know what I mean? Because I see other people and friends have this like built-in community with their siblings that like, I just don't really have. Sometimes I wish I had that, but I think you can be a perfectly happy only child, because I was growing up for sure, and it did make my mom and I really close. So that was my own experience. What's a household chore that you despise? I have like such a love-hate relationship with folding laundry. It's like the worst task, but then when I'm doing it, I find it very relaxing because I put on a good YouTube video and then I'm just like get in a zone. Because I think there's actually, oh God, I think I saw a TikTok about this recently about how it's good maybe for your vagus nerve or something regarding anxiety because laundry is like repetitive. Oh no, I saw it. Okay, so I'm doing this like inner child healing workshop right now, and that was in it, talking about how that's like a grounding technique because it's like a repetitive movement, folding the laundry. So it's one of those things that like I dread doing, but then when I'm doing it, I like get in a groove and it actually feels really good. Yeah, so some of you guys were actually asking me to talk about that because I mentioned it in a vlog, the inner child healing workshop. I will say I'm still very early in on it, so I can keep you guys posted later on, but I actually need to set aside some time to like do the whole course. It's like 4 hours in total, with like, you know, obviously work to continue on outside of that, but 4 hours of content to watch. And I'm like a quarter of the way through it, but you have to like really set aside time and like be in the right headspace for it because it's basically going through like traumas throughout your life. I'll get more in depth with it as I go because I'm like still really early on, but you don't even really realize things that were like traumatic to you until you're like, oh, I think I like downplayed that a lot. That was actually like pretty traumatic. You know, it's a lot to dig up, but you know, you guys know my best friend Lily, she's been doing a lot of like healing stuff and it's a lot to work through, but you don't realize how much you're carrying with you and how much lighter you can feel once you work through it. Because I personally, you know, I haven't really talked about it because I just don't want to talk about it right now online, but I've gone through a lot the last couple of months and I wasn't in a good place for a hot minute. I really wasn't. And I think people forget that, you know, online, we don't see everything that people go through, but I was going through a lot for a hot minute. I was not in a great headspace and that's what kind of led me to do, you know, the workshop and wanting to just like get in a better headspace. I ended up increasing my Prozac. I also started doing morning affirmations. I will link the video. I do it every morning, usually in the car, and I like repeat these things. And I think it's supposed to help create like new neural pathways in your head for like positive thinking. And I actually feel like that's really helped. And then just like talking about it, any trauma you go through, it's so hard to talk about, but you have to talk about it. I'm telling you, you will not heal without regurgitating it. You got to get it out of your system, whether you're choosing to like talk to a person, talk to yourself, write it on paper, talk it out in like a voice memo to yourself. You got to talk about it. It's like, it's so bad to leave it in your body and just letting it fester. And that is something, oh my gosh, that is something I've struggled with. And then I've had to really figure out like, why do I do that? Why do I not talk about it? It's just like, I think I can feel myself entering a healing era of my life. It's all about the eras right now with Taylor Swift, isn't it? So I can feel a change coming within myself. And that feels good. I almost feel like I've gone through a lot lately because like God and the universe, whatever you believe in, has been guiding me to heal and to grow, and some stuff that I needed to work through internally that I didn't even know was a problem. So, you know, if this resonates with you, it might be happening for you too. You might need to go through some healing, some stuff that maybe you didn't even know was weighing you down. Yeah, I'll let you guys know more about the workshop as it comes, and just on the day-to-day, I would highly recommend writing down what's on your mind and what you're going through. What brings you true happiness or a great sense of peace? That is what I'm trying to find right now. Doing more content like this actually brings me immense joy, just like talking. I think for a long time, I was kind of like, I think I've gotten past it, but I think for a while I was kind of like afraid to talk and like just say the wrong thing. But looking back, I really grew this channel by just being myself and talking and being vulnerable, and like that's just where I want to be with you guys again, and not let fear rid me of that experience with you. But I do have a lot that brings me joy, and I'm figuring it out. Like a lot of it is little things, and I think the little things in life are not little like at all, and I think we downplay them, but like the little things of the day are worth finding peace in. And it's so funny, I've seen this with a few people lately. It must be like, I don't know, not trendy, but like people are talking about it. The opposite of like a trigger is a glimmer. I posted it on my story today, actually. The holistic psychologist posted it. Glimmers are the opposite of triggers. They're moments you feel calm and happy. And they have like examples of glimmers where it's like you have a special moment with someone you love, feeling the sun on your skin, being in awe of nature, making a new connection, having a stimulating conversation, a kind interaction with a stranger. I love those glimmers. Those resonate with me, all of those. Like it was like the other day in the vlog where there was a Target pickup person and we were just talking about positivity, and like we just connected so well. He was like, you have great energy, and I'm like, you have great energy. And then we were just talking about spreading love and kindness, and it was just such a vibe. Like those kind interactions with strangers are like some of my favorite glimmers. Like that's why almost everywhere I go, like I try to give a compliment, hold the door, say hi, smile. Like those are just powerful to me, because when people do that for me, it's also like just like, oh, you know, so I want to do that for other people too. I guess a glimmer like is regulating too for your ventral vagal state. I don't know, you can read more about it, but those little glimmers like bring me joy. Like it's finally had like good weather lately, so I've been sitting out on the deck and just like either working or reading or just like chilling and just like enjoying the woods in our backyard, just like soaking in the fresh air. It's the little things like that. It's the first sip of coffee in the morning. It's thinking about what you're gonna get your mom for Christmas. It's thinking about, you know, walking the dog in the leaves and watching him play. It's those little grateful moments that like you're just like, it's good to be alive. And like those moments are so worth celebrating. I don't even know. Did I answer that question? Has your weight loss plateaued? Are you able to eat more foods that you enjoy? I think we're coming up on 2 years since my surgery. It is crazy how time flies. I'm gonna just say this right here. I'll address it now. I have no interest in talking about weight anymore. I'm finally in a happy place. I know people wanted to know for a while because of my surgery, and I was public about it. Totally get that. I'm just kind of over talking about it. I feel like I'm in a really good place with like consistent exercise and like trying to be balanced with food. You know, my weight loss has been plateaued for months. I ended up gaining back about 10 pounds of the weight that I lost, which is like not the worst thing in the world. It was honestly because I went through some stuff, and I was snacking a lot, you know, still comfort eating a little bit. I'm not perfect. I've gotten better with like emotional eating, you know. I definitely was like comfort eating for a minute. Like snacking. Yeah, overall, I'm still really happy with my results. I'm okay with the size I am. I'm happy, I'm healthy, and that's kind of just like where I'm at with it. And I just have no desire to talk about weight anymore. It's just, for me, it's just run out. Like, I got bigger fish to fry than talk about weight. Ooh, baby names you love but won't be using. Oh, that's such a good question. I think about baby names all the time. One that I really love but I don't see myself using is Drew, but spelled D-R-U-E for a girl. I just think that's like so cute. I also really like the name Sloan for a girl, but like I don't see myself using that either, but I think it's really cute. I also have way more girl names than boy names, I think. Actually, no. I have some boy names that I like. I don't want to say it because I could change my mind. I don't know. I can't say it. Can you talk about buying a house versus building it? All the pluses and minuses. Okay. Because yeah, I've had 2 houses now. One was already built and then this one we built. So I'm trying to think the pluses and minuses. Of course, the great thing is with like building your own, we got to come in and customize a lot, but we didn't like build this one from scratch. Like the bones were already up when we found it. So we didn't get to customize it as much as we probably would have liked. But if you're building from scratch, I do think it's awesome to be able to do so many customizations. That's a huge positive, of course. But I will say you're gonna run into a lot of problems. Just because that's the name of the game when it comes to like new construction. You have to have a lot of patience. And like I said, we found this house when the bones were already up, so I can't imagine going from like the beginning. there's a lot of natural bumps that will happen, like products break or they get delayed in shipping, stuff goes slower than it's planned, like your moving date will move a million times, like it just, stuff like that can really happen. Because I've talked to also like a lot of my neighbors who, you know, also did new construction. So it's like, it's a lot. It does have a lot of benefits if you're willing to just like be patient. So with the other house, my last house, that was already built, you know, it's a one and done situation. You know, you move right in. A lot of stuff too, what I'll say is like older houses, I think are genuinely better because I think the quality of stuff has gone down like a lot. Like our old house, how many years old was it? I don't even remember, but it wasn't like new construction. It had an addition put on, but the original part of the house was older and it was just like sturdy. Like some of the stuff in this house feels like flimsy and like the quality doesn't feel like as sturdy as the old house. But I do think that like older houses are built stronger. So, you know, you can always renovate too, but I do think it's just a more smooth process moving into a house that's already built. So I don't know, there's pluses and minuses to both. I hope that answered, I don't know if that answered any of your question. How do you find the motivation to work out? I just love my couch. I love my couch too. But I will say, I genuinely feel better when I work out. I almost feel like the anxiety of the day is just so much less when I've worked out in the morning. It's almost like all the pent up anxiety, like you just get it out at the gym. That's what it does for me. Maybe it's just the endorphins and the chemicals doing their thing, but I have better days when I work out in the morning. And I think to get the motivation, you just kind of have to start. It helped me a lot using Copilot because I had a trainer like checking in with me and keeping me accountable. And then after, what does it take? 28 days to build a habit. You know, after you cross that threshold, it's like, oh, it's just part of my routine. And then when you don't go, you're like, something's off. So it's just like I said before, getting through the uncomfortable stage of something to get to the comfortable stage. And then it's just part of the routine and it just gets so much easier. Ooh, I love this one. What Sex and the City character do you relate the most? Ooh, that's so good. I'm somewhere between a Carrie and a Charlotte, somewhere. Taking any trips soon. We do have a trip planned in September, October. I can't remember, but yes, stay tuned. Travel vlog. All right, you guys, I've been recording now for a while and that salad was so good. Even if you don't like kale, just trust your girl. Trust your girl. As an ex-salad hater, this salad will change your life. Harvest Bowl from Sweetgreen, 10 out of 10, not sponsored. Would love for it to be. But this was so fun. I really enjoyed just chatting with you guys and hanging out. I hope you ate with me. If you ate lunch with me or dinner, breakfast, whatever, a snack, let me know what you ate in the comments. And if you guys are cool with this and what other kind of content do you guys want to see from me this fall? I always feel like fall feels really like rebirth, like fresh start. Maybe it's because like when we all used to go back to school as kids, but like I know a lot of people feel that in the spring, but I feel it in the fall. Like fall, I'm like, I just want to better myself and like, I just want to evolve and do something different. I don't know. But anyway, thank you for watching. I love you guys so much and I will see you in another video soon. Bye.